Hey guys, this is Nick from Nick's Picks. First off, I want to say go get in our chalkboard. Over 2,000 members are in there. Follow us on TikTok. Link to the chalkboards in there. It's a great sports betting community. We're growing each and every single day. But this episode is going to be a recap of week one, and then we're going to make our predictions for week two. Kendrick, Rick, you got anything to say?
Yeah, so as always, you got to trust the process. Um, this week one, I took a little bit of a beating, but I mean, hey, it's we got the ice is broken, so on the week two now.
Yeah, week one was the reason we didn't have a lot of picks in the chalkboard because a lot of unknowns out there. Obviously, with these, surprise of the week was probably, I guess you could say, the Vikings. As far as the game wise, the game of the week, probably obviously the Dolphins and Chargers. I mean, Tua 500 yards passing. So Nick predicted that. I predicted the Browns and Bengals. A lot of physical matchup like I thought it was going to be, but just not a lot of offense in that game. But ready to go for week two.
Yeah, so let's recap the standings here. Um, After week one, I'm in the lead, 11-5. Rick is in second, 10-6, and then we got Kendrick at 8-8. It's week one. There's still a lot of games to go. We got 17 more weeks in the regular season, and then the playoffs are included. So it's still anybody's game. But let's go ahead and kick off week two. The Thursday night football matchup is the 0-1 Minnesota Vikings going to Philadelphia to play the Eagles.
Yeah, I'll start off here. I didn't think too much about this game in the beginning. It's a tough game. Is are the Eagles going to be 1-1 or the Vikings going to be 0-2 here? Um, and I just don't know if I can see the Vikings coming through. The Eagles do need to correct some sloppy week one performance, but I think they'll be able to do that against this Viking defense. So give me the Eagles.
Yeah, the interesting game here. Both teams didn't really particularly play well. The Eagles, I mean, it's a lot of football games that was affected by weather last week, college and NFL. I think I had a big factor in it for the Eagles. Vikings, I think they just overlooked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week one. But I got the Vikings starting out 0-2. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think they're going to get the offense going a little bit more of the rhythm. I just think they start the season off 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles here at home. Their first home game of 2023. Coming off I would say it's a good win against New England and Foxborough to start the season. It could have been better, but like Rick said, the weather impacted the game. And Foxborough, I knew it was going to be it was not going to be a blowout. I did not think they were going to blow them out. So I think the way they won was what my prediction was. But I can see the Vikings covering the +7 here, but we're going to ride with the Eagles getting the job done on Thursday Night Football at the link.
Following the Sunday first game kicking us off here on at 1 p.m. We have the Packers facing the Falcons. What do you think here, Rick?
Yeah, as good as the Falcons looked last week against the rookie quarterback, Bryce Young, he did have some moments in the game. Young did. Packers was really surprising going into Chicago and playing as good as they did. I think they continue it. I think they just got a little bit more experience overall than Atlanta does, and a little bit more talent on defense, and that's going to be the deciding factor. I got Green Bay in this one.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm taking Jordan Love and the Packers to have another win this week against the Falcons at home. I do think that he's got some seasoning to do with his younger receivers, but with time. But yeah, give me the Packers week two.
Yeah, taking the Packers here on the road as well. The number one receiver, Christian Watson, didn't even play last week at Chicago. Only thing that might concern me is this is their second road game in a row, and it's in Atlanta. But I think the Falcons are getting a little bit overvalued here, beating a rookie quarterback and a first year head coach of the Panthers. In a game I think they could have lost very easily, but they pulled it out in the second half there. But yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay here. I think they got the better coach, they got the better defense, and I think they got the better run game. And I'm going to take the Packers getting the job done. This is probably going to be a close one. It's a sneaky good game. Give me the Packers.
Next up, we have the Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got, Nick?
All right, so I'm going to go with the Bengals here in the bounce back game. I don't think there's any way possible they can duplicate what they just did in week one. There's no way. So I'm going to trust the Bengals in a bounce back. And that's the thing I love to do in betting is taking a team after a terrible loss the next week. Bengals minus the points may be a good play here. But yeah, I think Bengals is a pretty good lock.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. With the Bengals, Joe Burrow does need a bounce back game this week. That was just, I was not expecting that performance out of him. I would like to see a close game, against Lamar without J.K. Dobbins. Can the Bengals give Lamar the pressure and contain him?
Yeah, classic AFC North matchup. Back-to-back weeks for the Bengals. I did kind of expect that from the Bengals, as I stated last week's episode. Bengals is not a physical team. That's what their weakness is. I don't know if Ravens has got that quite yet. So I'm going to go with the Bengals to win this one, but barely. I don't think the Ravens didn't really look impressive last week. Again, underrated Texas defense, the good defensive head coach. But I think Bengals bounce back, probably last possession, touchdown, something like that, the outside prediction. But they get back on track with the W.
Next up, we have the Raiders traveling to Buffalo. Let's hear about your Raiders, Rick.
Yeah, this is going to be Buffalo straight up. Buffalo looked terrible. As I predicted, Monday night, Bills hasn't really done nothing to improve their team this year. Nothing that I've seen. Josh Allen struggled against the Jets anyway. First home game of the season for the Bills. They're looking for blood. And Raiders defense and offense looked pretty solid last week. But I think Raiders keep it a game. But I think Bills will cover the 9 points. Give me the Bills.
Yeah. The Raiders, they did pull it together last week against the Broncos, but I don't think they'll be able to keep up with Josh Allen this week. Give me the Bills.
Yep. Back-to-back road games here for the Raiders, West Coast to East Coast swing. Bills coming off a devastating loss. Josh Allen had a terrible 4-turnover game. And this is a similar situation to the Bengals. I don't think they duplicate what they did the week before. Bounce back spot. Bills get it done. But honestly, I think the Raiders get a backdoor cover here. But I'm going to trust Josh Allen here at Orchard Park.
Little golden nugget here. Raiders flew out from Denver to West Virginia. So Raiders been practicing West Virginia for this past week, but I don't think it makes a difference. The Bills will be out for revenge on this one.
Next up, we got Seattle Seahawks versus the Lions. What do you think here, Nick?
I just really don't know what to say after a week one performance at home against the Rams. I told Rick, I said, it's time to have a change at the helm. Pete Carroll needs to be out. We need a different atmosphere in Seattle. Home field advantage doesn't mean what it used to in Seattle. I think it's about time for us to rebuild. I think it's time to trade Metcalf. I think it's time to get rid of a lot of the key pieces on the team and start over. And I would go for a quarterback in the draft next year, personally. But I think Seattle still has an outside shot of making a wild card this year. They got Detroit this weekend, a game I think they absolutely do not have a chance to win. Lions are just a better team. They're better coached. They have the better quarterback. They honestly probably have the better running game. And you got to be able to run the ball to win in the NFL. And I'm going to take Dan Campbell to get it done in Detroit. Seahawks don't play good at 1 o'clock games. Seattle's starting 0-2. Give me the Lions.
Yeah. Geno might be able to expose a little bit of the weakness of the Lions defense, but at the end of the day, Dan Campbell, he's got them Lions hyped and they're hungry. Give me the Lions.
I'm going to go with the surprise of the week here. Seahawks get it done. Lions played good ball last week against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs gave it away. Seahawks, I don't think they're going to let this go. I don't see DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and the boys dropping the passes. The passes are there to be made. And I think Seattle's got a better running game. I'm not sure what happened to him week 1. A little disappointing. But at the end of the day, that was a division game. Rams always play good in Seattle. I didn't expect it with pretty much a no-name team, but they went up there, and they always play good up there. But Seattle going on the road, they bounce back. Surprise of the week. Give me the Seahawks.
I need the wolf noise right here, Rick.
Ow!
There we go. The lone wolf taking my Seahawks.
Next up, we got the Chargers traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. Justin Herbert last week against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they were kind of back and forth, but man, the Dolphins were, to 460 plus yards of passing. The Titans, I don't think exactly have that capability. They do have Henry to be able to run the ball, but I don't think it'll be enough to keep up with the Chargers here. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going to second that. Give me the Chargers in the close one. I don't think Chargers will be able to stop Henry, but they stop him enough to get the W. Titans, a physical team, showed that last week against the Saints in the good close game. At the end of the day, I think the combination of Eckler, Williams, and Allen, and mind you, this could be something. This podcast is made on Wednesday. Eckler does have an ankle sprain; it is banged up, and Williams is also injured as well. That could be a big factor, but I still think Chargers get it done.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Chargers here. I honestly think it could be a sneaky upset with the Titans, but just didn't have the balls to pull the trigger on it. I'm going with the Chargers to get it done. I don't see them starting 0-2. I think Mike Vrabel is going to be on the hot seat later on this season. So give me the Chargers here in Nashville.
Next up, we got the Chicago Bears traveling to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. For me, I've seen that Buccaneers defense last week keep the Vikings down pretty low. I do think they'll be able to pressure Fields and get simple. Just give me the Bucs to win here.
Yeah, follow that. Give me Tampa Bay to win here by a field goal. I think Baker Mayfield on a 1-year deal is obviously playing balls out last week, and I think he's going to continue it to gain people's respect. And as you can see, it started last week. I think he's won over a lot of teammates going into Minnesota winning last week. Bucks by a field goal.
Yeah, I think people forget the roster Tampa Bay has. They lost Tom Brady. They still got Mike Evans. They still got Chris Godwin. Both of those guys still got a couple years in them, I do believe. You got Rashad White, running back. And then that defense. The defense is definitely top 10 in the league. They're going to keep them in a lot of games. But Chicago, I'm not trusting. I trusted them week 1, and they looked like garbage. And they're going on the road here now to Tampa. I think Tampa opens their first home game with a win and starts 2-0, and I never would have thunk it. So give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Next up, we got Patrick Mahomes traveling to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Who you got here, Nick?
Wow. Are the Chiefs going to start 0-2? I don't think they do. I think they get the job done on the road. I think this win means more for Kansas City than it does for the Jags, because if Kansas City loses this one, I think everybody's going to be talking Super Bowl hangover, and it's going to be all in the news, in the media. Yeah, the Chiefs will be all right even if they start 0-2, but I don't think they want to be talked about like that. I think they get the job done in Jacksonville. After week one, they definitely should have won that game. They just gave the game over to the Lions. I'm going to take the Chiefs here.
Give me the prince of the NFL. I'm going to give me the Jaguars to win this game. Reason being is last year, Jaguars should have won the wild card game or the divisional game, and late turnover cost them the game. Giving Ridley, Kirk on the outside with ETN in the backfield, a lot better offensive talent than the Detroit Lions has got. They're going to be able to run the ball, pass on outside screens, and I don't think Kansas City's defense is ready for that. It's going to be a good battle in the close one. Give me the Jags.
Yeah, the Chiefs, were let down. Receivers were just not catching the ball, let Mahomes down. Currently it shows that Kelsey is still questionable. I feel like Mahomes needs his go-to guy, somebody that will secure the ball for him. But I think that his receivers will get his back this week, and Mahomes is not going to start out 0-2, so give me the Chiefs. Next up, we have the Colts versus the Texans. This was a surprising game performance for me for the Colts. I was expecting Anthony Richardson to not get that many passing yards, just not be as mobile as he was, and he looked like a pretty good rookie out there. And I think he's going to be the better rookie versus the Texans, even though the Texans tried last week. I just give it to the Colts here, even without the run game.
I got the Texans winning this one. Give me them first win of the year. Reason being is Texas played a good ball against Lamar Jackson and the boys last week. CJ Stroud week 2 got week 1 under his belt. I think he looks a little bit better. Colts defense really didn't look at him impressive. I think this is just going to be one of them games that isn't going to be fun to watch. It's going to be sloppy on both ends, but I think Texas pulls it out.
Yeah, this was honestly my last game to predict. It was the hardest game for me. I thought about it all day, and I've actually thought about second guessing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My gut tells me to take the Houston Texans here, and I don't want to. But I'm going to. So give me the Texans, and I think whoever wins this game does not win the next time when they face. I think this series will be split 1-1. So you boys remember that, because whoever wins this one will not win the next matchup later in the season. So give me the Texans here. All right, guys. Here is a chance to get free 2 months in premium. All you got to do is comment who's going to have the most wins predicted this week between me, Kendrick, and Rick. This is for week 2. You just got to DM me, Kendrick, or Rick on Chalkboard. First person to make the prediction on who's going to win will get 2 months free in premium.
Okay, starting off with Sunday's 4 p.m. games, we have the 49ers versus the Rams. We got Sean McVay and the Rams coming off a win, and the 49ers coming off a huge win over the Steelers. That game was bad prediction by me. I thought the Steelers defense was going to be able to perform something against these 49ers, but proved me wrong. Simple. The 49ers defense is a lot better than I thought, so give me the 49ers here against the Rams.
Yeah, 49ers, easy win. Tough division game, but they get it.
And I'm going to roll with the 49ers as well here. 8-point spread. I feel like that's a huge spread for a division game. I could see the Rams covering, but I can't go against that 49ers defense, even the Niners.
Next up, we got the Giants versus the Cardinals. Who you got, Rick?
Yeah, this is going to be one of them like Colts and Texans matchup. Giants has got a lot to prove after the Week 1 performance. Some of the sloppy game, the weather. I think Giants bounce back here. I think they get like a 10-point win. Give me the Giants.
Yeah, I think Barkley could have a good running game again here against the Cardinals. I want to say this would be like watching two shiny turds play, but after watching last week, any turds seem to be the best games of the week. But I'm still going to take the Giants here.
I'm rolling with the Giants here as well. Bounce back spot for sure. And also, one thing I want to point out, the Cardinals are going to have some film on them now. Week 1, you really don't have much film on a lot of these guys. And I think Dable's going to be hard at it in the film room, and he's going to see some of the formations and the defensive alignments that the Cardinals played against the Commanders. And I think he's going to be able to out-coach the Cardinals. I do think this could be a sloppy game, but I'm going to take the Giants.
And next up, we got the devastated Jets versus the Cowboys. With Rodgers in, it would have been a different game, but simple. Give me the Cowboys against the Jets.
Nick, who do you like in this matchup?
I'm rolling with the Cowboys all day in this one. I really wanted to see Aaron Rodgers in the Jets face the Cowboys. Like this was going to be the game of the week if Aaron Rodgers was playing. And now we have the MILF Hunter. The MILF Hunter is playing in Dallas. I'm sorry. There was a lot of fluky things that went on in that Bills-Jets game the other night. The Jets had no business winning that game, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Cowboys get it done, first home game of the year. And I told you, the Cowboys are winning the NFC East. They are. They're a different team this year. They're going to beat the Jets at home and start 2-0.
Yeah, this one's a tough one. This might be the toughest matchup of the week, even with Wilson at quarterback. Because the way I look at it is Jets has got the best defense in the league. Beat one of the best quarterbacks in the league with all that's happened. Aaron Rodgers, 4 plays in, tears his Achilles. Dak Prescott and Cowboys offense didn't really look impressive against the Giants. Everybody's overlooking that they really didn't look good at all. It's all defense. And Bills has got a good defense. It's really a toss-up 50-50. But I think the Cowboys squeak it out. Last-minute drive. Give me the Cowboys.
Next, we got the Commanders traveling to face the Denver Broncos. Who you got here, Nick?
I'm going to take the Broncos. This is their second home game back-to-back to start the season. I think this is a must-win for the Broncos. This is a must-win situation because you don't want to start the season 0-2 with 2 home games. And the Commanders did look sloppy last week. Young quarterback, young offense pretty much. Going to Denver, the altitude's going to throw them off, I do believe. And I'm going to take Russell Wilson to get them back to 500 here.
Yeah, give me the Broncos. I think they get the first dub. They look pretty good. Being a Raiders fan, I watched every play of that game. Defense is on point. Going against a rookie quarterback or second-year quarterback, I guess you could say, first year starting. Give me Denver. Let's ride.
Yeah, that's right. Let's ride. Russell Wilson going to wake up. I think he's going to be able to drive his team to a win here. Give me the Broncos. Next up, we got the Dolphins versus the Patriots. What do you think about this, Rick?
Dolphins versus the Patriots. I think it's gonna be one of them classic matchups they have. It seems like it every year. There's always one matchup they go back and forth. Patriots didn't look too bad. They made a couple of mistakes last week that cost them the game. I think Dolphins pull this out. I think Tua leads them to the victory again. They start off 2-0, getting their second win against Belichick. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm taking Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins to win. Like Tyreek said, he just gets on Madden and checks out the defense on Madden. So hope he's in there playing Madden right now, getting prepared. But yeah, give me the Dolphins.
Sunday night football here. I am taking the Dolphins to win. Wow, the Dolphins played 2 road games to start. What if they start 2-0 on the road? I told y'all, Dolphins making the playoffs, and yeah, they are my Super Bowl prediction. Um, I don't understand why they're so undervalued. There's so much talent on that team, and I'm gonna give me the Dolphins to win this. Belichick does not have the talent to beat the Miami Dolphins. Like, the only way he can beat the Dolphins is if Tua throws 4 interceptions. Dolphins by 14.
All right, for the first game on Monday Night Football at 7:15, we have the Saints versus the Panthers. I think this was pretty easy for me. We have Saints, Derek Carr with more experience. He does need the offensive line to protect him, but give me the Saints to win here.
Yeah, make it 2. Give me Saints.
I'm taking the Saints defense here. I think they're going to eat Bryce Young alive. You could tell he was a rookie in week 1. Give me the Saints.
Oh man, we got a tough divisional matchup here for me. Monday Night Football again. My Steelers home game again versus the Browns. It was a tough week for the Steelers. Kenny Pickett did not look that impressive. His accuracy was absolutely garbage. Deontay Johnson out. That'll be okay. Hayward, he's out for the defense. So, hopefully the backups can take care of that. But, I don't think Steelers are going to start out 0-2. I don't think the Browns are going to be that team. Give me the Steelers. I got to go with my team.
Yeah, I get that. Little surprise Steelers start out 0-2. Give me the Browns, physical. And I just don't think as good as their defense played last week, they're going to show up and go 2-0.
Take the under in this matchup. Go ahead and take the under. I think this is going to be a bunch of field goals, but I'm going to go with the Browns 20-17. 20-17. Give me the Browns in a physical matchup. Steelers just looked really off, and they've already got some injuries. Harris is banged up. Johnson's banged up. I think Browns early in the season get this one done, but I think the Steelers might pay them back in the second matchup of this series. All right, guys, that is all for our Week 2 NFL predictions. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all go get in the chalkboard. Follow us on TikTok. That's going to be down below. And subscribe to our YouTube. Comment, like. Every 100 subscribers, we're giving away a free NFL jersey of your choosing. And when we get to 500, we're giving away $100 and a jersey to someone. So hit the subscribe button. Get in the chalkboard. Great sports betting community. Over 2,000 members in there. TikTok, 10,000 followers for me. Go give Kendrick a follow. Let's get him up to 1,000. Kendrick, what do you got to say?
Yeah, everybody, there's a few more items that have been added to our merch shop. There's a sport t-shirt. It's more like an athletic wear t-shirt. There is a new long sleeve in there. I'll add 2 images right here. But yeah, mine's on the way now, so can't wait to rep the Knicks picks, and I'd love to see you guys in the Knicks picks. Just as always for me, positive vibes, and you trust the process.
Yeah, guys, trust the process and get in the chalkboard. I cannot emphasize it enough. And we will see y'all for Week 3.